Good morning. Hi, I'm Suzanne Castle. This is your Training Tuesday segment. Every Tuesday we're here, 10 minutes or less, to do some high-level training. It could be about our life. It could be about our business. It could be about leadership, about vision. Holistically, you are your best leadership self when everything from internally and externally is in alignment. And today we're going to be diving into imposter syndrome, which is a real thing. We all struggle with it. But first, let me know, where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments below if you're live, replay, how you doing? I am so glad that you're here. You can also use the comments to ask some questions, and I'll be taking a look at that along the way. Welcome. Glad that you're here. So, imposter syndrome. Let me ask you a question. Do you know that many people who are super successful are walking around with imposter syndrome right now, this second? Maybe you're one of them. They are, by, all accounts, if you go from the outside in, they're very successful maybe in their endeavors, but they feel lousy because they don't think they deserve it. They might feel like a fake. They feel as if everything they're doing is a fluke maybe. At any moment, someone else is going to find out the truth. Is that you? I mean, you probably don't want to raise your hand in the comments. I wish that you would, because I have been there and I'm still there. Like, different things happen and I'm there. So if you feel that way sometimes, it's called imposter syndrome. And I have a couple of tips and tricks for you today that will help you next time you begin to kind of bleed over to that fluke fake world, right? So first thing is, if you think this success was too easy, right? How many have been there? This is way too easy for me. If you're feeling as if your success was too easy to come by compared to what you thought it would take before you experienced it, this could be in any way, shape, form, any industry at all. This can be a reason that you experience imposter syndrome. You might feel fraudulent because it was simple to achieve and you heard horror stories from other people. And now you think it's not even that special because anyone can do it. The way to deal with this erroneous feeling is to look at some stats, right? So how many people in your situation have achieved what you have achieved in the way that you achieved it? You're likely to find out, I bet, that not as many people have succeeded doing what you are doing as you think. This information, I'm very data centric, but we always need to be tracking our data because that information alone will help you realize that you had to be responsible at least a little bit for your achievement. Even if other people could do it, if they wanted to, you did it and they didn't. And that's a really big thing. So maybe journal about that, reflect on that, watch yourself when you slip into that mindset, and then go back and go, okay, what was all the swirliness around me and how did I still make this happen? Everyone gets some form of help. Now, that could be the zip code they're born in. It could be meeting the right people at the right time. It could be something else altogether, right? Could be winning the lottery. Who knows? But even if it's just being able to drive to and from work, someone had to build the roads. And you had to be born being able to see to do it, right? So if you think no one is self-made, you don't deserve kudos, that's also a sign of imposter syndrome. Therefore, think about it this way. Someone has helped you. You are not totally self-made. So guess what? No one is self-made. Everyone has some part in their own success. It doesn't matter if you were born on first base, third base, or not even on the field. You are responsible for your actions from where you found yourself to where you are now. Every day you have choices. You might have limited resources in front of you, but you still have a choice in that moment on what to do next. And honestly, you deserve kudos for that. You deserve the life that you're building. And it is okay to accept that you value the things that you achieve. Live in that for a minute. You deserve kudos for all that you've achieved. You could not have done it without making the choices that you made. Even if someone gave you $1 million, you still had choices on what to do with that money. You could have blown it all away. You could have invested it. You could turn it into $1 billion. You could go help an organization. You could save some, spend some. There are tons of ways to spend that money. But either way, you are where you are now due to your own choices at that time. Now, I want to leave you with something about value. I think the hard thing for people who have imposter syndrome is to understand the value they provide by being who they are. Even if, let's say, 100,000 people are doing what you want to do, you provided unique input and value to your version of that thing that no one else could ever provide because of the way that you share it, the stories that you tell, the calls that you make, the people that you have around you. And so what this means is that even if you are making money selling blue jeans, let's say, which are everywhere, your jeans are special because you came up with the idea. You can walk into Walmart and Target and a grocery store and usually find the same kind of things. Let's say cleaning products. You can also walk into Home Depot and find those cleaning products. You could walk into an Ace Hardware and find those same cleaning products. It doesn't mean that they're not still selling the cleaning products, and the way that each of those organizations does it is very, very different. Anytime that you provide something for someone, it's valuable. And that value is in the eye of the beholder. So it doesn't matter if it's a commodity, if it's totally 100% unique. You don't always have to be a unicorn in the marketplace. Your special touch adds just enough value to make it worthwhile to you and to others. And that's what I want to leave you with. When you accept your value to the world, you'll be able to let go of imposter syndrome. And instead of asking, why me? You'll start asking yourself, why not me? You see, overcoming imposter syndrome is to accept that you are important as you are. You are important as you are. That you offer something special even if it's similar to others. And that you are valuable in your own right. You are valuable. Listen to me, you are valuable just because you exist. And the things that you do add value to the lives around you, even if it's not totally original or not totally new, and even if sometimes you don't recognize it. I'm spending a lot of time talking about this today because at Verve this year, you've been hearing me talk about my annual event. This year, we're moving to 3 days. You can check it out in the link right there. But at Verve this year, we are so excited to welcome former top 100 finalist on American Idol, Brianna Ruelas. She's coming to our stage to share some new music inspired by imposter syndrome. Her journey about being at the top of her game and not really knowing what's next and having all these different competing voices and not being enough and making it through. Today is just day one of our fabulous speaker lineup, Brianna Ruelas, just for being in the room at Verve. So boss babes, listen up. Early bird rate expires on August 24th. And that early bird rate saves you $100 on your ticket. So I want you to act right now to join myself, to join Brianna, 48 other mojo makers, because this is a highly curated, small, intimate event intentionally. And I want you to be there. So if you want to join us in Arlington in October for only $97 for a 3-day ticket, you need to hit buy today. The link is right there on the screen for you. Ask me questions in the comments. You can find out more information about the event, what's included, what's not included. Head on over to the website, check it out, see all the deets, and snag your ticket. But regardless of whether or not you're coming to Verve, here is what you need to know. You are valuable just because you exist. You are valuable just because you exist. Write it on your mirror and print it in your heart. This is your Training Tuesday. I'm Suzanne Castle. I'll see you next week.